Once a colleague of mine said to me he had given up the dream of becoming a rapper because he knew hundreds of artists that were far better than him. He could never come up with anything as exciting or different as the artists that he admired. I agreed with him at the time, and if you were to ask me now, I guess I still do. But I failed to say to him, using his same lines of thought, that he wasn't the best coffee maker at his job either. As a matter of fact, he was quite terrible at it, and so he should resign. Maybe I should have mentioned that if you were to be the worst in most of the things we decide to do, shouldn't we at least be the worst at the things we liked? What makes us so sensitive towards the idea of being a terrible painter, a horrendous musician, but not minding being disgraced as a tender at your local coffee shop? Is it because it's easier to escape from the embarrassment and say that the coffee is rubbish, but you couldn't care less because a job is just a job? It's something you wouldn't say if a film came out and it was said to be a work of incompetence, as you have spent months, maybe years, working with something you believe without even getting paid, just so you could be criticized by someone who doesn't even know you? Would you be able to say then that a job is just a job? What happens when money is not an excuse for doing something that nobody else appreciates? I've chose to do something silly and mediocre, or maybe even less than that. I've chose to be bad at something I enjoy instead of being bad at making coffee. An ordinary guy making a less than ordinary short movie. It might not feel great, but I suggest you all give it a try. Doesn't matter how silly your work might end up being. Worst case scenario, you're back behind the counter and preparing coffee for strangers. But don't do it because of the money, otherwise you end up having a work of art sold for the same price as the other artist, with the differential that your piece of work is just too ordinary.